Coming up tonight, Thayer County thrashing. Some farmers there dealing with major setbacks after downpours lead to flooding. What they have to do to get back on their feet. Also, Make It Market. How local people aren't just creating art, but also a place where anyone can turn their passion into something more. Plus, day 100. We are now officially at the 100th day of the war between the U.S. and Iran. What is standing in the way of the two countries reaching a peace deal moving forward? But first, developing now, the search is on for a suspect who police say used their vehicle to ram into 5 people early this morning. This is the area of the terrifying crash. A lot more quiet now than it was this morning around 2:30 a.m. when police say a fight led to someone hopping in their car in central Lincoln and sending 2 people to the hospital. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. That vehicle violence playing out here in this area, LPD says it happened in a parking lot at 20th and N Streets. Police tell us the driver hit 5 total people. 2 of them are now in the hospital with serious but not life-threatening injuries. The driver also crashing into another vehicle, but by the time officers got to the scene, they say the suspect was already gone. Police tell us they know the identity of the person responsible and they're not believed to be a threat to the public. But the Lincoln Police Department is asking anyone with information on what may have happened to contact their non-emergency number or stay anonymous by reporting to Crime Stoppers. And breaking now, a T-bone crash happening not too long ago here in the capital city. This is the scene near the intersection of 33rd and Pioneers Boulevard. Citizen journalist Brian giving us this view of the aftermath by sending in a video to our Now Local News app. It's right by that Runza there. Police and LFR are on the scene this afternoon. A good amount of people standing in the grass near the crash. We are reaching out to LPD to find out what caused the collision and if there are any injuries. We'll keep you updated when we learn more. Well, another hot and sunny day out there, making for a great day for a walk in the park. Citizen journalist Brian sending us this video to our Now Local News app as well. This beautiful waterfall is over in Wilderness Ridge, and let's go ahead and take a look at how things are looking outside right now. This is a live view from our tower camera. Wow, that's looking pretty nice out there. Some maybe like Toy Story looking clouds floating out around there. A beautiful shot. Might be a bit muggy, but overall a nice day to spend outside. Are we going to stay this warm through the work week, or will things heat up even more? Let's go on over to meteorologist Dominic Ferraro to find out. Dom?
Hey, good evening, Mackenzie. I like the analogy, like Toy Story clouds. That was a good one. Very fitting today, too. We got a little more sun than I think most of us were expecting here in the weather department side of things, and not going to complain too much there. And this is also a very picturesque view on your ABC Seamless camera, looking off then to the east here in the capital city. Temperature at the moment in the low 80s here in Lincoln. It's 81 in Beatrice as well. A few upper 70s there sprinkled throughout southeastern Nebraska. But look out towards the west. 90 Ogallala, 92 in Scottsbluff, 98 degrees once again in Chadron. They had a warm day yesterday. Very similar story there today. Now going forward, this is likely going to be one of the cooler days we see. Still plenty humid out there too. Upper 60s to low 70s for your dew points. And because of that moisture, we are still keeping track on a few showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder along the eastern edge of the state. I think the majority of this is going to miss the capital city as we take a closer look here. Likely going to pass right there between Lincoln and the Omaha Metro. And the majority of these storms all afternoon haven't really had enough what we call wind shear to stay alive. These storms pop up and they collapse in on themselves fairly quickly. And it's been just spotty showers really for the majority of the afternoon. So that is still a possibility in the forecast, but I think other than that, we're still looking at a few upper 70s, low 80s then for a little bit longer before dropping down into the mid 70s here for the majority of the evening and into the overnight hours. So again, not too bad of a spring day, or excuse me, now we're closer to summer day, especially in the meteorology calendar there. So definitely going to keep an eye on those warmer temperatures. It's only getting warmer as we head into the start of the week, as well as a few more storm chances in the forecast. More on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Tom. Right now, farmers in southeast Nebraska just can't seem to catch a break. The dry ground suddenly washed out by intense rains, leaving fields flooded in Thayer County. Now you can see the water standing in the fields behind me. Just yet another blow to farmers that are already having a tough start to the season. While it's true that the farmers need the moisture, too much all at once can cause even more problems. Aaron Itzen, a farmer in Thayer County, tells me just last month, crops were flattened by a hailstorm. You can see the before and after pictures right there. Some people are trying to replant after the hail, but now the downpouring rain over the past several days has been undoing that progress.
The biggest issue right now that everybody's running into is sheet erosion, I think is what the general term for it is. It's if you can imagine, say you're at a beach and the tide comes in really heavy and the tide comes in onto the beach and then it pulls back really fast, how it erodes that top layer of sand off. Imagine that in a row crop setting where a crop is trying to grow.
He says the extra water and dirt will settle in low-lying areas, making those crops drown and get covered by mud. Itzen tells me they're grateful for the much-needed rain, but it's a delicate balance for the plants to thrive. Tonight at 10, hear how he thinks this could impact the season in the long run. New tonight, a creative outlet for some is building an inclusive space for everyone. A local market has been slowly growing year after year, and now business owners are able to use their art as a way to bring people together for the day. This is the annual Make It Market, which is on 48th and Normal. The Make It Take It craft studio hosting this every year, inviting people to come and sell their handmade art. There's quite the variety. We've got pottery, jewelry, some crochet pieces, even leather work. Now, one of the organizers says there's been incredible support for the market, and it's a way for some of these creators to take their passion and turn it into a business.
Lincoln has such a deep well of creative talent, and at Make It Take It, we're able to be sort of the centerpiece of bringing all of these different people together. People are really eager to support local makers and local creators, and so having these sorts of events, I think, really inspires people to come out and support.
Now, if you missed the market today, no worries. She says Make It Take It is open Monday through Saturday, and you can make your own art projects. They plan on growing this market even more next year. Well, stay with us. We have more headed your way after the break, including students overseas. Why UNL is sending some of their students to Japan to work with a university near Tokyo. And tomorrow night, it's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The San Antonio Spurs are looking to bounce back from their 2-game deficit. But the New York Knicks will be looking to extend their lead at home. You don't have to go anywhere else to catch all the action. It will be right here on Channel 8, 7:30 our time tomorrow night. Stick with us. We'll be right back after the break.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Monday, June 8th. Hy-Vee eggs, just 99 cents. Pork chops, just 88 cents. Fresh ground chuck, $4.99 a pound. Dole Classic Salad.
overseas. The students who are taking a stitching culture class at UNL now getting the unique opportunity to head to Japan for a 3-week hands-on museum exhibition research experience. Here's some pictures from their trip so far. The group is working alongside Saitama University students near Tokyo to curate an exhibition that features quilts from the International Quilt Museum. Now, the UNL says these students are able to apply their skills and bring their learning to life on the global stage. That's a pretty cool opportunity. New tonight, the York County Sheriff's Office releasing their results of the Make It Click campaign. For the last couple of weeks of May, they had deputies working overtime to make more stops and ensure people are wearing their seatbelts and driving safely. They say in just 14 days, deputies making 154 traffic stops in total. This led to 1 DUI and 2 drug influence evaluations. They say they were issuing 49 total citations, 26 of those were for speeding.
And temperatures will continue to heat up alongside chances for showers and thunderstorms, a few of which may be severe here for the start of the work week. We'll make sure you're up to date with your full forecast coming up after the break.
The next era of
Today marks 100 days since the beginning of the war in Iran. U.S. Central Command releasing this video with the caption reading, "U.S. forces across the Middle East remain vigilant and ready." They've also been giving new details about 2 desperate defenses against Iranian attack drones and an attack they launched on Iranian surveillance radar sites along the coast. Now, all of these strikes happening just in the past 2 days. This is causing the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran to face some real strain. Both countries are negotiating, but the talks are also hinging on conflict over in Lebanon between Israel and Hezbollah. Here's ABC's Tom Sufi-Burridge in Jerusalem with where we stand now on day 100.
The Israeli military struck Beirut's southern suburbs on Sunday in, they say, retaliation for Hezbollah firing into northern Israel. Those strikes represent a dangerous moment for talks between the US and Iran to end the war, as well as the already tenuous ceasefire in the Gulf and around the Strait of Hormuz. The US military this weekend saying it's shot down 2 more Iranian one-way attack drones which were threatening ships in the strait.
We are negotiating actively. Things are happening. Shipping is moving through. Iran shouldn't be shooting at it. And when they do, we take care of that, as you would expect. But ultimately, we think a great deal is likely coming soon.
President Trump had suggested an interim deal could be reached this weekend to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and bring down gas prices. But there is still no response from Iran to the latest U.S. proposal. President telling NBC on Friday,
"It takes years to do these things. These people have been fighting for 47 years. I'm moving very fast. I'm into 3 months. You know, Vietnam lasted 19 years. I'm into my 3rd month."
And Democratic Senator Mark Warner telling Fox News,
"I unfortunately believe that President Trump's war of choice may go down as his biggest folly, because while there has been some incremental progress, we don't have regime change. I think the new crowd is worse than the prior Supreme Leader. We know we don't have the enriched uranium, and I think it's going to be extraordinarily difficult to get it out."
Meanwhile, Iran's top negotiator posting on X today that the naval blockade of the Strait and the Israeli attacks in Lebanon have turned American and Israeli bases and assets in the region into legitimate targets. Tom Sufi Burridge, ABC News in Jerusalem.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
And a handful of counties still recovering from some of those heavy rains we saw to close out last week. Friday night still having an impact for portions along Interstate 80 here. Looking at Fillmore, Hamilton, and York County, still under a flood warning here through Monday morning. This finally expires at 10 a.m. Well, they have continued to kind of push this warning back, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on the situation out there. Again, they got close to 4 inches of rain on a Friday evening, and continuing to see some impacts out there. So if you're heading out that way, if you've come across floodwater, again, we don't want to go entering into that, don't want to drive through it. Best to just turn around and stay on the safe side. So one thing to keep an eye out here. Then shifting things back into southeast Nebraska, Beatrice, an area that also was near some storms on Friday evening. Now fairly clear sky as you look off then to the south and west and your Shones roofing camera at South 6 and Perkins Street. Temperatures here in the eastern half of the state into the lower 80s today. A little bit warmer than we most models were kind of thinking initially. So looks like we've got a little more sunshine out there, and then it only gets warmer as you head out towards the west. A few spots there still into the 90s. It's 83 here in Lincoln, 79 in Beatrice, and the lower 80s as well out towards the Tri-Cities. Winds pretty steady for most of us out of the south and east, between 10 to 15 miles per hour. So, again, nothing too bad out there, and it shouldn't ruin any afternoon plans by any means, or as we head into the evening here. A line of showers and maybe a couple rumbles of thunder as we go from portions of southwestern Iowa in towards Nebraska City and down towards Beatrice there too. Most of these haven't really held together all too well throughout the day, so no complaints on that front, especially with how active we've been with storms. We'll take the moisture if we can get it, but again, I think these have been so light that I'm likely going to struggle to see any of that even reach the ground. In northeast Nebraska, also a few good showers and thunderstorms as we go throughout the afternoon here. It's out towards the west that we'll need to keep an eye on here as we finally pull up Stormcast. And taking a look going forward, we expect some at least an isolated storm or two to pop up there towards the Panhandle and slowly try and work its way into central Nebraska as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Here in southeast Nebraska, fairly cloudy start to your Monday morning, but should be on the dry side. Then as we head towards the afternoon, looking at a little bit of sunshine there. Really, our storm chances in the clear in southeast Nebraska for the majority of our Monday. That does pick up, though, as we head through the overnight hours. Starting out first, though, with stronger showers and thunderstorms, maybe even a few severe storms out towards the west. And it's this line that will try then and push its way off to the east as we head through the later hours here on a Monday night into early Tuesday morning. Now, some models are a little more favorable than others for this actually reaching our area. This is one of them that does have those storms pushing on through. A couple others have those fizzling out before they reach us here in eastern Nebraska, so we'll continue to monitor those trends as we get a little bit closer. But that would come through very early on Tuesday morning, and maybe a few light showers and possibly a rumble of thunder to follow then as we head towards lunchtime on Tuesday. In terms of that severe weather potential, the highest risk tomorrow is going to be for southern portions of the Panhandle and far southwestern Nebraska. We have a slight level 2 out of 5 risk there. They have an isolated tornado threat, but then as you shift its way off to the east here, mainly looking at the potential for damaging wind and hail. Another potential then for severe weather as we head towards Tuesday afternoon. We are under a marginal risk once again here for the capital city, Beatrice, and the Tri-Cities. So again, we could see an isolated severe storm or two. Not everyone will likely see severe weather, and this all hinges on kind of what happens on Monday too. So this will be an evolving forecast, so you're going to want to stay up to date on that. In terms of your high temperatures, though, tomorrow, upper 80s. A few spots will try and sneak their way to the lower 90s in eastern Nebraska. Almost the opposite then of what we saw today. The out west, a little bit cooler, warmer than here in the eastern half of the state. Then the 90s on our way here for Tuesday and Wednesday. This does hinge on the fact, though, of those showers and thunderstorms that we were previously talking about. Should we get a few more of those, that will likely drive these temperatures down just a little bit. But if we stay on the clear side, I mean, the mid-90s certainly in play, and heat index values close to the triple digits. Fortunately, though, this doesn't stick around too long, as we're closer to seasonable temperatures then as we head into next weekend.
I was going to say, we go from 96 down into the 70s. I feel like, you know, we're ready for summer, but once you hit like the triple digits, the 70s are going to feel incredible.
Oh, absolutely. And if that's not a Nebraska weather forecast right there, I'm not sure what is.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll check in with you throughout the week. Thank you so much, Tom. All right, now, the University of Nebraska State Museum is giving people a reminder about a drive they have going on right now. They are collecting donations for the Food Bank of Lincoln. Now, we told you about this story last night because they had a main party for it yesterday, but if you weren't able to make it out for that, they are still accepting donations through tonight. They're asking for food and toiletries to be brought in so they can help the food bank fight hunger in southeast Nebraska. That's at Morrill Hall, the University of Nebraska State Museum. If you want to make a donation, it's still open through tonight. Coming up in sports, a Salt Dog sweep, plus Husker football is picking up some new commitments. We'll be right back with our Sports Zone when we come back.
From the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Sunday Sports Zone. It's been a great weekend thus far for Nebraska recruits. Why is that? Well, let's talk about it. Nebraska football adding 3 new players to their roster right now. Their first edge, Mito Mo, who flipped his commitment from Minnesota to Nebraska, announcing his news on socials today. Then a new offensive weapon, tight end Joey Hunter, who stands at 6'6". He announced his commitment to the Big Red on X. And then according to On3 Rivals, linebacker Eli Harris has made his choice to Nebraska. All 3 commitments today, all three stars and class of 2027. Let's talk things to Haymarket Park for some Sunday Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball. Lincoln on the verge of completing their first sweep of the regular season, game number 3 versus the Sioux Falls Canaries. Top of the third, Salt Dogs up 4. Jake Gila, though, laying out here in left field to take away a Canaries hit, ending that inning there. Lefty Ryan Rembus only giving up just 1 run on the day. 5 innings pitched, striking out 7, and in the 4th there on back-to-back Ks. For the 3rd straight game, Lincoln was just hitting the ball, totaling double digits today again, finishing with 16. Get this, to hit 42 hits across this 3-game series. And your Salt Dogs pick up their first series sweep of the season, taking down Sioux Falls 12-2. And don't look now, but the Kansas City Royals, well, they're hot. Wrapping up their 4-game road series versus Minnesota this afternoon. Tie ball game in the 5th, though. Michael Garcia breaking that one up with the single to right. Next at bat, Sterling Marte. The 3-run shot to center would open this game out to a 5-1 lead. The Royals would go on to hang on for a Sunday victory over Minnesota's 6-5 year final. They take 3 out of 4. And now have won 5 of their last 7. And before we go, some more tickets punched tonight to Omaha. Here are your scores from the NCAA Super Regionals today. Georgia taking down Mississippi State in a battle of the Bulldogs 11-9. That one went extras. What a series that one was. And your Tar Heels taking down the USC Trojans 4-3 today, winning 2-1 in that series, booking their trip to Omaha. And right now, Alabama on the verge of joining that group. Right now, 7-2 in the top of the 8th. That one is delayed for the time being, but still. So it should be exciting to see how this College World Series bracket ends up looking starting next Friday. So that's do for sports now. And again, we had some technical difficulties with our athlete of the week, so we'll have that for you tonight here on the news at 10. For now, though, I'll go back to you, Mackenzie.
All right, looking forward to hearing who our athlete of the week is. But before we head out for the night, let's go ahead and get our final check of the forecast here. Dom, it's been pretty warm out there, but I hear it might get even worse throughout the week.
Yeah, certainly going to try and warm up here. It does hinge, though, on those chances for showers and thunderstorms. Starting out with your temperatures tonight, a little bit mild here for early June, the mid-60s, not off by much. Then ultimately looking at high temperatures tomorrow into the upper 80s and lower 90s. And again, these afternoon temperatures, if we take a look at your 3-day forecast, especially here on Tuesday and Wednesday, do kind of depend on when and where we see those showers and thunderstorms. Also then, for tomorrow's chances, again, we showed you a couple models there where we're looking kind of later in the day for those storm chances. I've seen a model or two go a little earlier in the afternoon as well. So it's something we're going to keep an eye on here, and we'll have the latest update on that coming up in your 10 o'clock show. But storms certainly possible then for your Tuesday forecast. An isolated severe storm or two here in eastern Nebraska, also a possibility there.
All right, yeah, we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Thank you for keeping us updated, Dom, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening, but don't go far. We'll be right back here at 10 o'clock.
Plan your next game night out or celebrate any milestone with us, because happy hour is even happier when you're winning. Only at Warhorse Casino, minutes from downtown in Lincoln.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
Ernie's Metro.